Let's talk about the Google SEO Essentials. So, the Google SEO Essentials are important configurations of every page and post of your website. Using tools like the Wix SEO Assistant, or maybe you're using WordPress, you use a tool like Rank Math, they're going to help you properly configure every page and post of your website so they can be properly configured and effectively configured for these core settings. So, just going down this bullet point list here, you can use these tools to properly set up the SEO title, description, and image attributes for every single page and post of your website. You want to go through, make sure those SEO settings are properly configured, and you also want to go through all of the elements of that page or post, like all of the images, and make sure that the proper attributes or ARIA labeling are properly set up. Another really huge one is the focus keyword of every page and post. This is just to help you with relevance and topic authority. We want to make sure that the search engines are basically able to understand the context and intent of that page. And through the title, description, and image attributes, as well as the focus keyword, it's going to give us all the proper information that we need so that the individual page or post is going to be, basically ranking appropriately on search engine result pages. Some more technical settings here. Again, on platforms like Wix or Squarespace, they kind of help you with doing these things automatically. And through WordPress, using a tool like Rank Math can help you kind of streamline setting these things up. But your XML sitemap, your robots.txt, and increasingly more and more important, your structured data markup or your schema settings, especially with the rise of generative AI responses on search engines and voice search becoming more and more popular, structured data markup is more and more important than ever. It's really important you go through every single page and post of your website and make sure these core settings are set up. And just so Google understands the overall structure of your website, things like your XML sitemap and your robots.txt are really important to make sure that they're configured correctly as well. Also some really kind of important ones here are configuring your social and share settings. Um, this is really just so if someone is to share a blog post from your website, let's say, on platforms like Facebook or LinkedIn or Alignable, that the proper sort of description, a little excerpt, and just the appropriate featured image are going to come up. You'd be surprised how often something this simple is misconfigured. You always want to really make sure that all the social and share settings are properly set up. It's really important just to, kind of make a routine out of, regularly just reviewing the index status of your website through Wix in the bottom left-hand corner. As you're editing an individual page or post, it tells you the index status. But, regardless of your website platform, just having Google Search Console integrated into your website is going to allow you to make sure that you understand, which pages and posts of your website are being indexed and even how they're doing on search engines. Another thing that's really important to kind of have just like a good routine of always doing is auditing issues and seeing the recommendations on how to constantly improve your website. Using a tool like Google Lighthouse, you can scan performance and accessibility, SEO standards, and even your best practices just to kind of understand how your website is being seen by Google and how all of those individual core metrics are being ranked. Just so you have an understanding of the improvements that you can make, and kind of like, where your website might be coming up a little short. And the best part about Google Lighthouse is it actually gives you the recommendations right there to make the necessary improvements. So you know that your performance, your SEO standards, and your accessibility are as high as they can be. This all leads to creating the best user experience possible for your visitors. All of these core web vitals, you just want to always make sure they're in the green, especially on mobile. So again, kind of just like always setting that sort of like routine once a month, once every few weeks, just do that Google Lighthouse scan. There's a number of other tools that you could use to measure performance and accessibility. You just want to always, kind of make this just part of your routine because, those constant improvements are always, there's always something for every website to improve upon. So just always make sure you're doing that. And part of the accessibility conversation, I always recommend always installing tools like UserWay for ADA compliance and Cookie Yes for GDPR and CCPA compliance. These are totally free widgets that you can install into your website. Again, they're going to help you just have that high level of accessibility, just make sure that your website is meeting current compliance standards. So when you put all of this together into what I call the Google SEO Essentials, it's basically just about, making sure that your website is meeting current standards, it's going to rank effectively on Google, and is giving your visitors the ideal user experience that you want, really just helping you have the best online presence to best represent your business.